Welcome to Ban This, the show where I take a look at a film and make an argument as to why somebody would think it'd be a good idea to either outright ban it or at least make some good choice cuts. Today, I have a film from Joe D'Amato, a man who is no stranger to being heavily censored. This film, surprisingly, isn't exactly one of those films, which is shocking, although I suppose it's not as appalling as, like, Anthropomorphicus. That's a film I will get to eventually. Not this time. So, what's so appalling about this film? This film revels in depravity. It's got... I'm going to get in a little bit of spoilers. Well, just look at this image. This, to a degree, is one of the more milder shots in the film. So just imagine what else is contained in here. What kind of sick acts of murder and depravity and even hints of necrophilia could be thrown throughout this film. I never even mentioned the title, Beyond the Darkness, or, pardon my pronunciation, I'm not an Italian, so this isn't my first language, Buio Omega? This is the Italian title, and this is more of American. Well, I do have a poster in my room that also calls it Buried Alive, which is a horrible title because it has nothing to do with the film for the most part. Okay, so I'm going to get into some spoilers as to what kind of acts of depravity are in this film. I've already touched on them a little bit, so there's some cannibalism aspect. Necrophilia is hinted at. It's implied. It's not explicit. It's mostly just, there's a lot of grotesque murders, violence against women, long drawn out torture before meeting their death. It's just a sick, nasty movie. So, what do I think of this film? It's not a great movie. It's one of those movies that really just goes for being violent for shock's sake. This is... think of it as like a big budget Herschel Gordon Lewis movie. It's the plot is only there to string together one horrific event after another. And it just kind of goes for the jugular. It's an Italian Joe D'Amato film. The guy, he made 2 films that got thrown onto the Video Nasties list. So he is no stranger to having shocking gore. And it's kind of amazing that this film never made the list, although, like I said, it's not quite as bad as Anthropomorphicus. I'm going to be getting a little bit of spoilers here with the end and the infamous, let's call it an abortion scene. We'll go with that. I don't want to get too much into detail as to what I mean by that, in case you want to see the film and don't like spoilers. It's not quite as out there as that, but it definitely goes for the shock. And the only reason I bought this movie and the only reason it's in my collection is because of the soundtrack. It comes with the soundtrack. I love Goblin. They are right up there with my favorite bands like Pink Floyd and Goblin are pretty much tied. If it didn't come with the CD, I probably wouldn't have any desire to see this film, since it's not a video nasty, so it doesn't have that going for it. But I can go for a good killer soundtrack, even if the film itself isn't anything spectacular, although this is considered to be one of his masterpieces. Take that how you will. Well, that's about it for that. If you saw this on YouTube, check me out on BitChute instead. Watch the videos there, because freedom of speech, it's my bag, baby. Hit me up on Minds if you want to, get a hold of me on social media. And check out the Stardust app if you want to see a bunch of short reviews from myself and a bunch of other people. If you have an idea for a film you'd like me to check out, let me know in the comments below, and I will see you tomorrow. Take care, everybody.